Hey guys, so I'm still a little tired, still a little exhausted, but I want to kind of go over this while it's still fresh in my mind. So yesterday I had more of a swing and a miss on my Solutions Architect associate exam with AWS, and I want to kind of go over the things that I've learned from that experience, and I'm still exhausted. And I knew it was whenever I got there yesterday to the testing center which was at Mountain West Community College in Huntington. Had some signs like early on that maybe it was not going to be a good day, that exhaustion was just kind of overcoming. I think this past week I've been going on like 4 hours a night of sleep just between studies and other things going on. And one thing that was a big indicator that that might be the case is whenever I got there and was waiting to sign in, went to go find the restrooms, and I accidentally walked into the men's room. And I don't know what I was just tired. I guess I didn't see the woe in woman, and I just saw men. Maybe it was a shadow, maybe hiding the woe, whatever it was. But I walked into the men's room, and I remember thinking it was weird. I was like, there's only one stall, and usually, there's at least two stalls. It's like whatever. So I was walking towards it. Luckily, nobody else was there. But I was walking towards it, and then I saw a urinal. I'm like, oh shit. And walked out, looking across, from the door that I was in, which was, obviously the men's room. I'm like, oh, there is a woe in that other restroom. So, that was my first thing. So I'm like, I might be tired, but proceeded with the test and failed it. And if you knew me in school, like in elementary, junior high, and high school, I was like the smart one. I never failed tests. So this is like, an ego bust as well. But it is what it is. And, trying to see the positive on this. My job's not dependent upon it. It was something I'm completely doing it because I have an interest in it. And I'm a big believer in professional development. And AWS has a lot of great opportunities. And, and it's making it a teaching moment as an AWS Academy educator right now, still just for the cloud practitioner, but that has its own weight in it on its own. So, it's a teaching moment. Try to remember that after I get done with my bruised ego and go from there. So my preparation for the ADEP for this past exam was utilizing 3 different resources. Okay. I utilized, and I'm going to be going over them to some degree here. I utilized a book that I ordered off Amazon. I forgot what the name of it is. We'll find it shortly. It's just a textbook. I utilized resources from a cloud guru, and I utilized resources from Amazon certifications and tech, something like that. I'm so tired. It's free. The book cost. The A Cloud Guru is like $40 a month, something like that. The AWS certifications and test prep or training, that's not what was. AWS certifications and training is free. Okay. But I guess, in regards to likability of it all, of the book, A Cloud Guru and the AWS stuff, I like the book. I like the book feel. So I liked that. The A Cloud Guru, they kind of dumb it down for you, especially if you're not as familiar with it. The AWS stuff has gotten better since when I first started, for my cloud practitioner certification. It has gotten better, but it's still kind of an up here level when you kind of need it down here still. But they're all good resources. I'm still using all of the resources for my next certification exam, which is in the to be determined date because I don't know when we'll have time to study for it with school year. It's getting ready to start. But that's going to be things I'm going to discuss as well. So I'm going to put my glasses on because I'm blind, and I'm going to show you some stuff. And let me see. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to do this. Kind of put me down here in the bottom. Okay, so if you are getting started with your AWS certification, if you're wanting to learn more about it, you go to amazon.com/certification, or just do what I usually do, which is Google AWS certification. It'll take you to this website. And it talks about available certifications, the foundational, is Cloud Practitioner. That's the one I have. I did pass that one. And a funny note about that, I passed that one, okay? Whenever I took that exam, the previous week, I think it was on a Monday that I took that exam. The previous week, I had been in Chicago. This was, pre-COVID. This was last year. I've been in Chicago for a summit, driving back and forth, okay? Back to Chicago and back from Chicago. And I developed a horrible migraine that left me bedridden for during that weekend, for those 2 days prior to my exam. So I didn't study at all. And I passed. This one, I studied my brains out and I failed. And that is pretty much how things usually go for me. Anyways, there's been similar experiences like that in the past. So here is the foundational one. That's the one I have. And this is the one I was trying for and failed. But you can see there's different ones. There's Solutions Architect, there's SysOps, there's Developer, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And then there's the professionals ones, yeah. Now there's specialty ones, which are interesting. I'm interested in this Alexa Skill Builder and maybe machine learning and data analytics and database. But I don't know. I'm just so zoned out from studying. I didn't want to think about studying right now. So on the foundational level, it does recommend 6 months of fundamental AWS cloud and industry knowledge, okay? The associate level is 1 year of experience solving problems and implementing solutions using the AWS cloud. And I think that might have been where my biggest fault was. See, I don't utilize AWS for my job. I don't utilize it. It's just not something that it's just not my role. It's not my title. So I think that's one issue. The other thing that I could have done more is spend more time on labs. I kind of divvied up, whatever, there's only so much time that I have. And I kind of divvied it up, based on reading and handwriting notes and things of that nature. And, I probably should have spent more time on labs. Make this bigger because I talk with my hands a lot. Okay. And probably should have spent more time on labs. But even with the labs, and I was mopey yesterday. My son even asked me if I was done pouting yet, and I looked at him, and he's like, never mind. I'm like, give me a day. Give me a day to mope. Give me a day to pout. Anyways, so now it's just like a bruised ego thing. So even if I did the labs, I don't know if that would have equaled enough experience for me to be actually for the solutions architect, because that's just not my role. I don't deal with VPCs. I don't deal with servers. I don't deal with latency issues. I don't deal with all of that stuff. That's just not my title. But I still want an AWS cert. But within my role that I currently have, there's limits, right, on what I can do. So I may end up going into the developer route for my next cert whenever I feel like, trying to do it again. Because for my job here, for my role here at Hocking College, I can utilize that more as opposed to the solutions architect, because this deals with developing apps and websites and using the CI/CD process and using their resources, using their infrastructure, and all of those things that are more relevant to my job here at Hocking than what solutions architect would be. So, that being the reality of it. So if you're looking at pursuing your certifications, in my personal experience, and everybody's going to be different, in my personal experience, book learning is not enough. You need some real world application to it. In labs, I could have done more labs. I think if I'd done more labs, that would have helped. But some real world application to it. So try to figure out what exactly, can be real world applications to it. I would start here with the foundational cloud practitioner. And then when you're trying to figure out the next step, what's realistic for what you can do. And for me, it's developer whenever I want to do it again. The certification exams, luckily they're not hundreds and hundreds of dollars, because that would also be a deterrent. All three of these are $150. So that's nice. And we do an AWS Academy course, like for the one we have offer down here. I think you get 50% off. So, I mean, that's nice. These, for whatever reason, are like $300, the specialty ones. I don't know why they are. So that one, I want to know I'm a little bit better prepared than, what I feel like I am right now. Like this one right here, the Alexa Skill Builder. So that's just something to kind of take in consideration. Okay. So once you take your exam, you do get feedback. You do know what you did or didn't do. So here's my previous exams. I passed in June 3rd, 2019. I passed my practitioner exam. Okay, and here is the one I failed. Again, that's an ego shot. And it tells you what it is. So this is helpful. Okay, so meets competencies, and somewhere show my grade. Where'd it go? Where's my grade? Oh, just scroll up. Okay, so my score was at. Okay, this is what you need to pass. And I don't know if I would have preferred it for it to be like closer to that and just like, damn, it was only a couple points or not. Let's see. Just want to make sure this is still showing the right screen. It should be. Okay. And okay, so when you scroll down and you get to this, okay, it tells me where I need improvement and where I meet competencies. And obviously I need improvement more than I meet competencies. So it gives me some idea of where I, just need more help on. So that is helpful. Okay, so now we're going to go over the resources that we have available. Make sure this is still, okay, I'm back. And hopefully this is seamless once I edit this and put this together, because I accidentally stopped the first video. I am still so tired. Okay, but anyways, okay, I'm back and we'll see how I can fix this later on. So, okay, we're going back to AWS certification. So if you're in here, if you're looking to get started, whether it's the cloud practitioner, which I do recommend first, but I don't think it's a requirement any longer, or you're wanting to, you're venturing into the associate level of certifications and you're trying to figure out what to do to prepare for that, this is where you get started. So I'm assuming you're not familiar with this for one reason or another. So first what I'm going to do is click on AWS Certification Account Access. And this is going to take you to the aws.training.certification. And I'm going to sign out of my account because I want to kind of go through the process as if you don't have an account. So you'll note it'll take you to something that looks like this: sign in or create an account. You want to do all regions, and you'll notice it says use your Amazon account, not your AWS. So I'm assuming, like, most people have an Amazon account. So if you don't have one, you need to create one. If you do have one, you use your sign-in information from that. So you would sign in or create an account. So if you're new to Amazon, create your Amazon account or sign in to Amazon. Again, this is Amazon.com, like where we go to buy everything on a whim. Not AWS. So if you have an AWS account, you don't sign in with that one. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And let's see. This is the AWS training and certification portal. It's good. It's improved a lot. I will say that. But it can be overwhelming. So let's see. So let's see where I'm at right now. The dashboard. Looks like I'm on the dashboard right now. Let's go to the learning library. So you can see there's all of these kind of resources, and on the left-hand side, you can filter them down based off whatever. So if you just want free digital training, if you want the role to be, like if I'm going to do the developer one, like I mentioned earlier, do that. And then let's see, skill level. Let's do fundamental. You can filter it down based off what you're wanting to do. And let's see. you want to get started with AWS security, identity, and compliance, which is one of the pillars of AWS, about them having secure interfaces and the security aspects of it. So what you can do is get started on that and launch, and it gives you information about the course. So it tells you it takes about 3 hours, overview of AWS security technology and benefits, describe security and it's important to AWS, and so on and so forth. It's intended for IT business level professionals interested in cloud security practices, security professionals with minimal working knowledge of AWS, people new to AWS who want to develop an understanding. So it gives you, a structure of what you're going to be going over, which is helpful. And then you would click launch, and then it'll subscribe you to the digital training subscription. And it opens up a couple of different, as you can see, you start course. It's improved a lot. It has improved a lot since the first one that I started taking, and I'm very thankful for that because it was like hard to get through. But okay, so you can do that, and what happens is, like, if I go back to my dashboard, it says in here, like, have in progress, recently completed, discover more content. It's in progress, and it tells me the things that I can, kind of what I've already been working on. And what's nice about this also, you could go to your account and to your transcript. You can see what's archived, meaning it's already done. You can see completion certificates, like this one right here, the dates, and you can, if you need to send that for any kind of credit or professional learning development or whatever it is for your institution, you can submit that to wherever you need to do it, or just for your own satisfaction of it. Then there's currents, and I need to probably find, you figure this stuff out, what I need to finish or what I just want to remove. So it's AWS training and certification is free. It's helpful. Highly recommended as a resource. But they are not the only resource. So let's talk about a cloud guru. And someone asked me for my login information. I don't know what it is. Let's see if I can sign in with GitHub. It looks like, okay, that worked. Good to know. A cloud guru is really popular. There's that X. Okay. A cloud guru is a really popular resource. They have a better personality, I guess you want to call it. And there's also some other things that you can do to capture achievements as you do this. And they're the only ones that I've seen that have anything for Deep Composer, which is AWS's newest thing with AI. But I'm just happy that they have it, because I have the Deep Composer machine. I have no idea what to do with it yet. Okay, so A Cloud Guru is another resource. And then this one is the Amazon.com and the book, this AWS Certified Developer Official Study Guide. Now, one thing to note, whenever you're going to order the book, and I made this boo-boo on this last exam, that was not, it was not here or there whenever as to why I, didn't pass the exam. I don't think it was anyways. Let me see if I can sign in. Certifications, go to your account. Okay, previous exams. It gives you an exam code, right? SAA-CO2. The book I ordered, I wasn't paying attention, it was CO1. So that means it was a previous exam. I don't think that had here or there in regards to why I didn't pass the exam, because I didn't even finish the book. But just be aware of that. So if I was going to schedule an exam, I would just need to make sure that the book I'm ordering matches, like where it says, right, DVA CO1, make sure the book I'm ordering matches the exam code that I'm, applying to. or registering for an exam. So let's see. I'm not going to go through the process of registering for an exam right now and show you that, but if you want to upcoming exams, it's somewhere in here. Oh, okay. Maybe it's not that hard to find it. Okay, I'll go ahead and through the process of it. So AWS Certified Associate is the one that I was talking about. I might do. I don't even want to think about it right now though. AWS Certified Developer Associate looks like it's DBA CO1. So there you go. So if you want to go through and schedule the exam, don't know what the difference is between PSI and Pearson VUE. Just take that. Okay. Let's see, schedule exam. Okay. Select English. And I live in Gallipolis. Okay. And it's not going to be next month. I'll tell you that right now. Let's do that. I want it to be towards the end of December. Let's see. Looks like, oh, okay, hold on. I don't want to go to Cleveland. Let me go back up a little bit. Huntington is where I went. I'm happy with that. Okay, so they don't have testing on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, obviously. Let's do for this. And I can choose the, I'm going to select 29, December 29th, because we're out of school. So, and then I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. Do 9 a.m. because I'm more of a morning person. Hit continue. And Huntington, 29th, 9 a.m. It's a little over 2 hours long. And then it's $150, and I'm not going to go through that process right now, but that's how you can do it. That's how you can schedule your certification exam for whatever it is that you're wanting to do. So I guess my bigger takeaways from this whole process is you need experience. You need to experience the stuff. Book learning does not suffice. Going through the labs more would have sufficed, would have helped. But just book learning is not just, in my personal experience, I don't think suffices. So, and for my particular jobs and roles, I think for my next one, it just makes more sense for the developer. So let's click on, is that a clickable? Yes, it is. So let's click on that. Let's kind of review what it is. Validate your technical skills, yada, yada. Demonstrate understanding of core AWS services uses and basic AWS architecture best practices. And on a brighter note, I do have a better understanding of some of the AWS services and architecture and security and best practices after studying for this. So it was not all, for nothing. So and it goes over the contents of it. And there was something else I thought I saw on here. Let's see.
Are you writing and deploying applications to the AWS cloud? Demonstrate your experience developing with AWS core services and best practices with an industry-recognized credential. Earning the AWS Certified Developer Associate certification validates proficiency in developing, deploying, and debugging cloud-based applications using AWS. By highlighting skills like writing code for serverless applications, using containers, and following AWS security best practices, you can demonstrate you're ready to innovate and build in the AWS cloud. AWS certified. Build with confidence, competence, and credibility.
Okay, so it talks about that. You can download the exam guide, which it does help. It helps you kind of, fine tune on where you need to concentrate. because AWS has so many different services. It's overwhelming. It's kind of trying to drink from a fire hose. Is that okay? So talks about that information, which is helpful. But anyway, so I guess my 3 takeaways: if you're just getting started with AWS, do the cloud practitioner, okay? Especially if you have no experience in it yet. And that's kind of one of the catch-22s on this. It's hard to get experience on it until, if you're relying upon the job title or job role to get experience on something, it's hard to get that if you don't have the cloud practitioner, at least. But there are exceptions to all of that. One of the things that's great about AWS is the fact that you can create your own thing. If you have an idea, like Lyft, the rideshare Lyft, it was an idea and they just started utilizing AWS resources. You can go that route if you have an idea, and if you want to create, and build and don't want to invest lots and lots of money into something, for the infrastructure and the capital expenses and all that comes with it, AWS is a great platform. But if you're brand new, just getting started, you need to do the practitioner one. If you're looking at the associates one, try to pick the one where you're going to be able to somehow incorporate your experiences into it, or your job or your role or whatever. You might ask your employers, like, hey, I'm working on this certification. Is there a way that I can be more involved with sysadmin or anything of that nature, just so that I can get more of the hands-on experience? For me, for my role, it's developer. So that's one I'm going to apply for next, when I feel like it, when my ego's not as bruised. Then professional, don't even want to think about professional. In the meantime, just because I have a super intense interest in Alexa, I may do that one as well. But that's a $300 exam. So I'm like, want to be more prepared. Anyways, that's kind of my spiel on how and why I think I failed my exam yesterday. It's okay. Lessons learned. And if nothing else, I did learn a lot more about all the different AWS stuff and the security and the protocols and the things that it can do, which is awesome, which is why it's such an in-demand skill, and it pays as well as it does. So if you have any questions on anything that I can do to help, please let me know. It's a learning process. It's a continuous learning process. So have a good day. Bye-bye.